Hey, hey, hey! So I have kind of a different video for you guys today. Um, as you can see, I mean, obviously you read by the title, we're going to be talking about Jaclyn Hill's new brand, Be Cozy, because there's a lot of drama around it, and I have to say, I heard about it because I follow Peter Monn. I watch Peter Monn's videos. He's wonderful. He's amazing. Highly support him. Go check out his channel. I think I've shouted him out a couple of times, but go check out his channel if you like drama commentary kind of stuff, and he has like multiple channels, so just go check him out. Okay, he's amazing. All right. So Jaclyn Hill recently launched a new brand called Be Cozy, Bekoze, and like I said, I heard about it, right, that she was going to be doing this, and of course I'm like, you know, lifestyle, it does fit her, right? It does fit her. She wears like huge comfy things, and sorry, touching up the lip gloss that I'm trying out. It does kind of fit her person, fit her brand, but there's all this drama around it because she stole the name from a smaller creator. Okay, this creator's name is Jaclyn Nicholson. You can find her on Instagram. Her brand is called All Things Koze, ALL space THINGS space KOZE. So technically, like Be Cozy and All Things Koze are they're different, but they're also the same. Just as far as the spelling of the word cozy, you know, the correct spelling is COZY. If you didn't go to third grade. You know, and I think people have pointed out that Jaclyn could have chosen any spelling of the word. But I getting heated already. I kind of really got irritated when Jaclyn did her video introducing the launch, introducing her new company. And she said in the video, I had such a hard time choosing the name because everything was taken. I had such a hard time choosing the name because everything was taken. We went through hundreds of names before we finally found one that wasn't taken or being used. And she said that, and I was sitting here, I like yelled at the TV. I was like, it is being used though. All you have to do is Google it. All you have to do is Google it, sister, and it's right there. Jaclyn's YouTube comes up. I have it pulled up right now. Jaclyn's, her website, the All Things Koze, comes up. No www, by the way. It's just http, the dots, and then the lines, and then allthingskoze.com. Okay. I'm sure if you type in allthingskoze.com, I'm sure you'll find it. Okay. Highly recommend you check it out. Very much support Jaclyn Nicholson. So go check out her website if you want all the cozy things. She's got all kinds of stuff on there, so you can go check it out. She's got a YouTube channel. I think she does a podcast. Like, this girl does like a little bit of everything. Okay. She does a lot. So Jaclyn Hill made that video, and she made that statement, and I was first, you know, I had heard about that, and I was like, well, you know, Jaclyn Hill seems like a nice person. She seems very genuine and very authentic. I mean, to me, she does. Like, you know, she seems like not a mean girl, you know? She doesn't seem like one of those girls who'd be like, oh, you're using this brand? Not anymore. I am. Okay, thanks. Bye. She seems like a genuinely nice person who, if somebody brings it to her attention, she's like, oh my gosh, I totally didn't realize. Like, I am so sorry. The catch is, though, is that Jaclyn has not trademarked or copyrighted the name All Things Koze. And she's been running her brand for years. I don't know how long, you guys. I didn't know anything about Jaclyn until this happened. Maybe you know her. Maybe you've heard of her. Maybe you watch her channel. Maybe you're a Jaclyn stan. I don't know. Okay? I do know that as a business owner, as somebody who, I say business owner. Like, I'm not necessarily talking about myself, but like as a business owner, you would definitely check that out. You, your team, whoever, okay? You would make sure to take 5 minutes and just Google it and see what comes up. As somebody who has had to do a website in the past when I was with Unique, my website, for those of you who don't know, it is listed in every single one of my videos. It is beautifullyfearless.com. And I will tell you how I arrived at that. I came up with the name because I am a big fan of Nikki Bella, okay? And the Bella twins were a WWE, they were in WWE wrestling, and Brie got pregnant and had to be out of commission, so Nikki had to wrestle all on her own. So she came up with this, you know, she was so afraid, so she made it like Fearless Nikki. She had all of this stuff. I was a huge fan of her, still am a huge fan of her. And so I wanted something to do with Fearless, right? Because I really, really liked that. Well, I was like, what about Beautifully Fearless? And I came up with that, and that became my website. When I went to register the website, you can go, I think it's GoDaddy.com is what my Unique upline recommended to me to use, because it was cheaper or whatever. I don't use GoDaddy.com. I don't not recommend them. I don't have anything against them. I would just say, like, if you're going to open a website, make sure you shop around a little bit. Don't just go with whatever somebody says is the best. Like, check them out. Okay, check out, and it's not just about the cheapest plan either. It's about who's going to protect you the most, especially like information, who's going to prevent you from getting hacked, who's going to have all that extra stuff, right? And think about companies that aren't going to go under, or possibly something could happen to your domain name. Anyway, that's all on the backside. So when I did that, you go on GoDaddy.com, okay? And they have this website checker, your domain name checker. At least they used to. This was back in 2017. You go in, you type in whatever domain name you want, okay, and it'll tell you if it's available, if it's not, and if it is available, it'll tell you like how much it is, right? If it's not available, they give you things closer to it, like kind of like when you used to sign up on websites, right? If I used my name, Ashley, or if I said Beautifully Fearless, and they're like, oh, okay, Beautifully Fearless is already taken, but you can go with Beautifully Fearless 1, 2, 3, 4, Beautifully Fearless ABCD, Beautifully Fearless 0001, whatever, right? It kind of does that. It'll come up with alternate website names for you, right? Luckily for me, it was available. I checked it. As far as I know, it's not trademarked, copyrighted, anything like that. I will say that when you search on Facebook, you can find a lot of people that use the Beautifully Fearless name. I don't want to say logo because I don't have a logo, but there's a lot of people under the Beautifully Fearless name, okay? It's that easy. I mean, you can literally, it takes seconds. You go to the website, you type in whatever website name you want, and it will tell you if it's taken or not. That does not mean that it's trademarked or it's copyrighted. It just means that the website is taken. I would think that there would be a way where you can go and look and see if something is copyrighted, see if something is trademarked, see, you know, what you can do about that. Especially like if I can do that as a mom, stay-at-home mom, who's disabled, who, did I have a college degree at that time? Did I graduate in 2018 or 2017? I think it was 2017. So yeah, I had an associate's degree, you know, associate's degree in English, and, you know, but it doesn't take like a college degree, really. Like, you just go on, you type it. I'm sure you can search it and find out if it's taken or not. Find out if it's trademarked, copyrighted. It's not that deep, sis. This is why I really don't understand why I don't know how many people she has on her team. I don't. I know that Jaclyn Hill, this is her third company, right? She collabed with Morphe multiple times. I think she's collabed with other companies too. She's an influencer. She used to do YouTube. I'm sure she's still getting residual paychecks from YouTube on certain videos, but like, you know, she does all of these things. She has money. She has money to start a company. She has employees. I don't know how many she has, but it just takes one. You can do it while you're sitting on the damn toilet. It takes 5 minutes to check this. No time. You don't have to have official access. You don't have to be authorized by anybody. You can go on and you can check and see what's taken, what's not. Like, it's not that hard. But when she said in that video, we went through so many names before we finally found this one that wasn't taken. And I was sitting here going, it is not professional to get on a video and make a statement like that as a business owner, as an influencer, as somebody with a lot of followers, with a big following, somebody who is going to be called out if they fuck up and make a mistake. It is not professional, and it's not smart. It's not a good look to not do 5 minutes of research. If you're going to say that, right? And the thing is, I know somebody edited that video. Somebody left that statement in there. She even got up and answered the door and said that it was like her dog's dog food in this video, which I'm not sure why that got left in there, but I'm not her editor. So I know somebody edited that video. That's a powerful statement. We looked so long. We tried so many names before we found the one that wasn't taken. And it irritated me. And I'm not Jaclyn, okay? I've never bought anything from her. I've never spoken to her. I've never reached out to her. I've never really heard of her, to be honest, okay? Before this happened, I have never heard of her. So I can't vouch for if her products are good. I can't vouch for her. I can't vouch for that. I can't speak to that. I don't know her. But what I do know is that she has this brand. She's been building this brand. She's now worried that the SEO, search engine optimization, when you search for Koze, you're going to go to Jaclyn Hill's website instead of hers, and it's going to come up first because Jaclyn has a bigger following than she does. Understandable, right? Like, completely understandable. And I think when Jaclyn said that in the video, I think what she meant was it wasn't taken copyrighted. It wasn't trademarked. They found one that hadn't already been taken, as in it hasn't been trademarked, it hasn't been copyrighted. Because I 100% assure you that if they have not done it already, they have filed to do that. If Jaclyn hasn't filed to do that yet, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't checked to see if Jaclyn has posted anything on that. I did wait a little bit after Jaclyn's video because I wanted to see, maybe in a couple of days, people commenting on her posts all the time, maybe she will come back and maybe she will say, you know what, I'm so sorry. Or say this, I understand that she has the brand All Things Koze, but my brand is Be Koze. So what I'm going to trademark is Be Koze. She can still trademark All Things Koze. We can have both of our brands. They can coexist because their names are different. Or she can come out and say, I understand that she has this brand, but she hasn't trademarked it. So technically it's fair game, which it is. That's not wrong. Okay. If you have a brand and you have not trademarked it, you haven't copyrighted it, whatever the word is that they use for that, technically it is fair game. Technically anybody, John Doe, could go up in there and trademark that name from you. Okay. It does cost to file that work, but it's paperwork, but anybody could do it. So I just, I don't know what to say. I feel like as a businesswoman, Jaclyn, I will say I watched that video and I have been wanting the Jaclyn Hill 1 palette from Morphe and the, Textured Neutrals, or I don't know. I think that's Tati's palette. I don't remember what Jaclyn's is called, but the Neutrals palette that she had come out with more recently. I've been wanting that for so long, and it was on sale at Ulta. Both were on sale at Ulta not that long ago, and I meant to grab them, and I didn't, and I missed the sale. So bummed out, right? I watched this video, and I tell my husband, I don't know if I want her stuff anymore. If she can do this to another creator, that tells me she doesn't, and not even acknowledge it, that tells me she doesn't care. She does not care. And it's not my brand. It's not my company, okay? I don't work for Kaylin. I'm not affiliated with Kaylin in any way. Never met her, never spoke to her. I did email the, I was looking at her website and there was something that intrigued me, but they didn't have it in my size. So I emailed them and said, hey, can you get this in this size? Or like, what's the status? I did contact them, but she wasn't the one that replied to me. Which is fine. She has a team that handles that. I'm sure that's totally normal, but I've never spoken to her. I'm not affiliated with her. I don't know her. I'm not friends with her. I just want to make that very clear. I think I follow her now. I follow All Things Koze on Instagram, but I did not prior to all this happening. But I will definitely throw my support to her for this. I can't support somebody who is going to screw over another creator in such a way and is going to hamper their business and not even think anything of it. And you add to that the fact that Jaclyn didn't list the prices. And I have to agree with Peter Monn. Peter Monn came out with a video and said that he thought that maybe Jaclyn Hill wanted to see the reception to her video and the reception to the products before saying the prices. She wanted to see if people were going to be eager to buy them or if people were going to be standoffish. And if it didn't look like a whole lot of people were going to buy them, of course she's going to jack the prices up because she's got to recoup whatever money she's already spent on it, right? I think that's smart of him to think that, to logically come up with that, assume that, whatever. And then she came out with the prices, and it's $126 for a blanket. I'm kind of like, that blanket better last me like 20 years. Okay, long after the name Jaclyn Hill has been long gone and forgotten. I would not spend $126 on a blanket. I cannot spend $126 on a blanket. And she had her PJ sets were at $70. And then I had just heard, because I watched Peter Monn's video, that she raised the prices on there. She has a long sleeve set and a short sleeve set, and people were like, why is the long sleeve the same price as the short sleeve? Which I've seen other companies do that, so I'm just kind of like, whatever. But apparently she raised the price on the long sleeve one, the long sleeve with pants, which and Peter was like, why would you raise the price instead of lowering the price on the short sleeve? And I completely agree with that. I can't spend $70 on PJs. I can't. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to ask any of my loved ones to do that. I know she stresses that these are luxury products. I don't know. Maybe I just can't afford luxury products, but it's, we don't live terribly. We're not like wanting and stuff. Our fridge is full. We have electricity. We have heat once we get our heaters cleaned off. I'm sorry, but luxury stuff is just not at the top of my list. And I think it's great. If that's what you want for yourself and your family, that's totally fine. And I'm not judging anybody who's willing to spend $126 on a blanket or $70 on PJs. I'm just saying that for me, as a stay-at-home mom with one kid who's disabled, and my husband is the only one in the household that works, we make about an average income, okay? Even if I was still working at my old job, I would not pay $126 for a blanket. That better be a damn good blanket, okay? That's like Natasha Denona coming out with a $200-something, is it her that come out with that? $250 eyeshadow palette? I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I don't think that that's Natasha Denona. I feel like that's somebody else. But I'm just like, $250? I think I paid $65, $67 for that Conspiracy palette. which I don't necessarily regret, knowing that it's on sale now. Of course, you kind of look back on it and you're like, wow, I could have saved so much money. Yeah, but as far as at the time, that was a purchase that I wanted to make. And that was pushing it as it is. That is not a purchase that I would make every day. I'm sorry, I live in Nebraska. I live in the Midwest. I live in a town that is not super small, but it's not huge. People here, there's a lot of farmers. People here can't afford $126 blankets. And if they can't afford it, they've financed it. They've used Afterpay. They've used other financing services, which I'm not going to judge you. Like, that's totally fine. Except it creates more payments for you, right? We are trying to get out of having monthly payments, so we try not to finance anything. We don't have a car payment every month, thank the good Lord. Because if we did, we would not be able to be living here. We don't have a car payment. I've never had a car payment. I'm sure Jason has, but I'm sorry, but I don't think that people should have to finance a blanket. A freaking blanket. I think the prices are completely outrageous. It would be different if you were in the store, okay? If you go to Target and they have a $75 blanket and you're in the store and you can touch it, feel it, and you're like, wow, and it's from a well-known brand, not a new brand, a well-known brand that is known for having quality products. Sure, it might be worth the value. It might be worth the price. You might, that value might be there. But for a new company, she should have released maybe just the blanket, and I would have sliced the price in half. Make the blanket $100. We spent, actually I say I would never spend $126 on a blanket. That was a total lie, and I'm sorry for that. There's this brand. Oh, and they were just with FabFitFun. They make these really, really nice, really comfy blankets, and I can't think of what they're called. Like something... I can't think of what they're called. If I think of what they're called, I'll include it down in the description box. But they have really, really high quality products, okay? People were raving about this blanket that was in FabFitFun. It's in FabFitFun a lot, right? We got one. We bought the box to get that blanket. And then my husband was like, you know what? We need a king size one. The king size blanket, it was a full-size bed blanket. Do you know how much that cost? That cost $300. But he uses it every night. I mean, it's a very warm blanket. It'll keep you nice and warm in the wintertime. But it's also by a brand that is known, I don't want to say for luxury, it's known for putting out good products. They did not get there. They didn't launch and start charging $300 for a blanket. They would have started with their smaller blankets for maybe $45, $50. And then once people got those and said, wow, this is really good product. This is really good quality. Can you make a bigger one? That's just my 2 cents. And then I have to say, because I need to wrap this video up, it's getting too long. Later on in the video, she pulls out this bag, this packaging that the stuff comes in. And the word be cozy is typed out in some kind of computer font. And she goes, this is my friend so-and-so's handwriting. I mean, maybe I missaw it. I don't know. Tell me if you guys saw something different than I did, because I looked at that and I was like, girl, that is a computer font. That is Comic Sans. Or whatever. I don't know all the fonts like by name, and I don't know all the fonts. I don't know, I couldn't identify them for you. I whatever. But I was sitting there like, I went to college. I wrote papers. I'm a writer. I've typed on Microsoft Word. I've used it quite a bit. I've used a lot of different fonts. Girl, that is a font. That's not handwriting. And if that's somebody, like if somebody hand wrote that, okay. But don't say it's somebody's handwriting, because that implies, for me, that implies like a signature, right? that implies that somebody sat down and like wrote it, not sat down, because like anybody could sit down and just write like block letters. That doesn't make something special. That doesn't make a product special. What would make it special is if you wrote it in your actual handwriting, like your signature in well, I guess I mean in cursive. That's how old I am. I guess I mean in cursive. But she said that and I just lost it. I was like, are you kidding me right now? First, you take the name. You don't even acknowledge it. You don't even say, hey, sorry, Caitlin, but you never trademarked it, so suck it, bye. And I'm not suggesting that she says that. I'm just saying she could have, okay? Because she hasn't trademarked it. So technically, legally, it's fair game, all right? Is it a good look? No. Is it going to win you over people? No, it's not. And I hope Caitlin, not Caitlin, Caitlin, I hope she does fight her for it. And I hope that she does get some resolution with that. I hope things go in her favor because I know she has worked for years. It's, I think her website said since 2017. I actually looked that up. Since my phone's has been messing up, I've been having to stop and start, but I was able to look that up. And she has had that brand since 2017. She's been building that up. That's 5 years, you guys. She's been working hard. And I guarantee you, she didn't start with a whole website of products when she started either. She started with probably a couple of products and went from there. I just absolutely, I hope that Jaclyn comes out and makes a statement about it. Whether she comes out and says, I'm so sorry, at this point, I don't think she can change the name because all of the packaging, everything has been ordered, everything has been set, you know, the labels for the clothing, like she, you know, you can't, I mean, she could change the label like going forward. She could change the label. She could change the name going forward, but she couldn't change what is already existing, right? I don't know. I know that legally, technically, because it's not trademarked or copywritten, it is fair game. And I guarantee you that if Caitlin doesn't file for that trademark before Jaclyn Hill does, she very rarely files or starts a company without trademarking the name first. So if it hasn't been trademarked yet, she has probably filed to do so. Which again, it's not going to look good when you steal that name from another creator. Or worse, if she comes out and says, you know what, Caitlin, I've trademarked this name, so I own this spelling of this word now. You can't use that. K, thanks. You know, that's not a good look. It's not a good way to be in business. It's not a good professional business owner thing to do. I'm just a logical, reasonable person. I like to think so. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. But even I can see that, you know, like I said, even if she comes out and says, sorry, girl, you didn't trademark it, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Okay, but even if she comes out with like a totally mean, bitchy response, at least she's acknowledging it. I feel like not acknowledging it makes it worse because I know you've seen it. If you see it and don't even acknowledge it. And people, like, what's worse is that under the video, people are so excited. Allie Dawson did a video because she got PR. And I love Allie Dawson. I started watching her because of BoxyCharm and Ipsy, I think. She's amazing. And through her, I found Teresa is Dead, who was also amazing. But she posted a video. She actually got some PR. She got Be Koze PR from Jaclyn Hill, which congratulations to Allie. And she actually received it around her birthday, which I think is totally funny, but also cool. Like, you know, and I have to say, like, when I watched her video, I thought she was going to talk about Jaclyn Hill using the name and taking it from another creator or talk about the whole situation, right? I didn't think she was, of course, maybe I didn't really look at the picture. I don't know. But when I hear the words PR, for me, I think makeup. I don't think about like cozy companies. So that was kind of funny for me. I felt really stupid. I was like, oh, well, I guess any company could send you PR. but I think that's really cool. And she said that the products, you know, she said everything was very, very comfortable. It felt very, very high end, very luxurious, very, very nice. So which I'm kind of like, if it's that expensive, all right, my phone keeps messing up. I'm hot. I had to put my hair off. So let me know what you think about this whole situation, your opinion on it, if you're going to order from her. If you're not, I will link Kaylyn's website in the description box, so please go check her out. I strongly, strongly encourage that. Why is it only on one side? Why not the other side? But like this video if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, ring that notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video, because you never know what kind of content is going to pop up over here on this channel. I thank you so much for watching. I love y'all very, very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.